Okay, good morning everyone. So today we are going to discuss about manual testing. Okay, and so the course is divided into manual testing and Selenium Java automation testing. So the manual testing duration, first 3 weeks I can take manual testing. Next remaining 5 weeks we can focus on Selenium Java automation test. Okay, so that's it. So total duration of this course is 8 weeks. Manual testing 3 weeks. Automation testing 5 weeks. Okay, manual testing is 3 weeks and automation testing is 5 weeks. Okay, so now we want to discuss about what is the testing. Okay, so if you join any of the organizations, okay, testing is one of the department. Okay, if you join in any of the project, there will be 4 teams in the organization. If you join in one of the project, there will be 4 teams. One is BA team, business analyst. Second one is design team. Third one is development team. Third one is development team. Fourth one is testing team. So in a project, there are mainly 4 teams will be available: business analyst team, design team, development team, and testing team. Okay. So first we need to discuss about the testing definition. We have to discuss about testing definition. We have to discuss about testing definition. So now let's take any Amazon application, Flipkart application, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, whatever application, any e-commerce websites. Okay. That application was developed by some organization and that application was tested by some organization. And after that only we are using that application in live. So that project Amazon application was developed by some developers and it is internally tested by some testers. After that only we are using that software. Understood everyone? So any of the software, HDFC, ICICI Bank, any insurance applications, whatever it is, that application will be developed by the development team and that application will be tested by the testers. And after that only that software is using by actual users. Okay. So, okay. What is the job of a testing team? What is the job of a testing team? So the job of a testing team, so we have to define. So suppose if there is no testing, what will happen? So generally, if there is no testing, I have developed an Amazon application and without testing, I'm going to use this application in the production and live. What will happen?
Application will be filled with errors and bugs.
Application will be filled with errors and bugs. Okay, if it is filled with errors and bugs, what is the point?
Performance of the application
will be impacted and business also it will be impacted. Okay, so if there is some dedicated team is there, yes, this functionality is working fine. Yes, this functionality is working fine. If some team tested, suppose if you take Amazon application, there is thousands of functionalities will be there in the application. Create order, modify order, cancel order, refund order. So there are so many things. Net banking, HDFC, third party payments, bill payments. So there are hundreds, thousands of functionalities are there in the application. Okay, so we can define So the job of testers is to take, the job of the tester is 1 second, guys. So the job of the testers is we have to test the application, correct? We have to test the application based on what? We have to test the application based on some documents. This functionality has to work like this only. This functionality has to work like this only. If it is refunded, this process, it has to go like this. So all this process, it will be defined in a document called BRD documents. BRD or FRD documents. Okay, we have to test the application based on BRD or FRD documents. Okay, so we have to test the application. So BRD, FRD documents are nothing but client requirements. We can call it as a client requirements. So we have to test the application based on FRD and BRD documents as per the client requirements. As per the client requirements. So we have to test the application based on BRD or FRD documents as per the client requirements. Okay. So everything we will refer some documents. Okay, this functionality has to work like this. So the job of tester is, so these BRD and FRD documents will be prepared by business analyst. Who will prepare? He will prepare BRD, FRD documents. He will interact with the clients. Interact with the clients. He will interact with the clients. BA team. So they will do the preparation of PRD and FRD documents. They will interact with the clients. The clients, it could be HDFC Bank or Flipkart or Amazon application. So the business analyst closely work with clients and they will prepare a documents called BRD and FRD documents, which contains all the client requirements. Client requirements are nothing but how the software it has to work, how the functionalities it has to work. If it is cancellation order, how the functionality, which screen he has to navigate. Okay, so each and every functional flow, we are navigating different screens. While placing an order, we are navigating to some different screens. So we can define testing definition as we have to test the application based on BRD and FRD documents as per the client requirements. So we can prove testing is a so testing proves the software. It proves the software. It proves and certify the software. Certify the software is working correctly as per BRD and FRD documents. So we can define like that, correct? So testing definition is, so testing, so if somebody will ask, so we have to test the application based on BRD and FRD documents as per the client requirements. So it proves and certifies the software it is correctly working. It is correctly working as per the BRD and FRD documents. That's what we have to test. That's what we can define testing definition. Okay. Sir, if there is no testing, suppose if you take any pharmaceutical applications during COVID time, so many pharmaceutical companies they had found an COVID vaccination, COVID drugs they had identified. Is every product it has been implemented in real time, or each and every company they found a solution? But after several internal tests, finally, co-vaccination, co-shield, these are the things only it's practically implemented. Means there is internally for every organization, there is a dedicated testing team. It will do several tests. So what is the side effects? What is the things? How the so like that Okay, testing team also, okay, they will test the software. Is it working correctly as per the system needs or not? As per the functionality needs or not? So we can define testing definition like that. Okay. And design team, HLD and LLD documents. So HLD means high level design documents. High level design documents. So nothing but functional flow diagrams. So this particular functional flow, you have to navigate to the screen, you have to navigate to the screen, you have to navigate to the screen. So like that. LLD means low level design documents. So LLD means low level design documents. So nothing but sample pseudo code, how to write the code for the developers. So the developers, they develop the application using Java technologies or .NET technologies, okay, .NET or PeopleSoft or any of the technologies, okay, Java, okay. So any of the technologies, Salesforce, they will develop the code, okay, development team, they will develop the code, or we can call it in testing terminology, build. It means software. So the development team, they will build or they will write the code, they will write the software, okay, based on LLD documents. LLD means low level design documents, technical code. So how the Java sample code it has to be written in case of deposits, in case of withdrawals, in case of cancellation. The developer has to refer the code from LLD documents, low level design documents. We can also call it as a technical documents. Technical documents. This we can call it as a functional documents, functional design documents. HLD means high level design documents, functional flow diagrams. Okay. So these functional flow diagrams, it's easy to understand the functionalities. Okay, it's easy to understand the functionalities. So how the functionality it has to support from login to which screen, which screen. So it will be detailed in the functional flow diagrams. And LLD means it contains sample pseudocode, how the code developer has to write. And testing team, they will go through the BRD, FRD documents. They will also go through the HLD documents. If they have time, they will also refer the LLD documents and they will write test cases. They will write test cases. Test cases means list out all the functionalities, list out all the functionalities of that particular application. So test cases means what is that? We have to list out all the functionalities of that particular application, of that list out the functionalities based on BRD and FRD documents. BRD and FRD documents. Okay, so the testers test scenario, and test cases. So the testing team, they will prepare test scenarios and test cases. So what does that mean? Means list out all the functionalities. Okay, what to be tested. Okay, so creation of order, modify an order, cancellation an order, refund an order. Okay, book the payment cart amount through HDFC Bank, book the payment through net banking, book the payment through third party bill payments. So like that, we have to list out all these functionalities, what to be tested. So that concept we can call it as a preparation of test scenarios or test cases. Okay, so we have to prepare, we have to list out all the functionalities based on BRD and FRD documents. So this phase we can call it as a testing terminology, test design phase. What we can call test design phase. The first stage in testing is requirements understanding phase. Requirements analysis phase. So during requirements analysis phase, okay. So during requirements analysis phase, so the business analyst, he will give requirements walkthrough sessions. Requirements walkthrough sessions. Walkthrough sessions. We can also call it as a user stories walkthrough sessions. User stories walkthrough session. So about the new functionalities, whatever the new functionalities are coming into the application, the business analyst, he will give high level overview to designers, testing team, okay, and design team. So the business analyst, he will explain the new functionalities. The client had asked these new functionalities. So he will give some requirement walkthrough session about the system, about the software, what are the new features are going to add. So these sessions, we can call it as a user stories walkthrough sessions or new requirements walkthrough sessions. Okay, so these will be conducted by the BA and we will go through the BRD and FRD documents. We will go through the BRD and FRD documents. Everyone understood? Okay. So the second phase, what is the second phase we discussed? Test the design phase. The second phase is test design phase. And the next phase in testing is test execution phase. Test execution phase. Test execution phase means preparation of test evidences. Preparation of test evidences. Evidences. Test evidences means Word documents. Word documents with screenshots. So test execution phase means you have written a functionality, creation of an order. And one more test case also there, modify an order, delete an order. So for creation of an order, you will create a Word document and whichever screens you are navigating, you have to take the snapshot of every screenshot and you have to paste it in the Word document. Okay, finally the order got submitted. So the order number will be generated in the, so after 10 or 15 screenshots, the final one is order had been submitted. Order number will be there. So that is the evidence. So all these 15 screenshots, it has to be there in that Word document. So that Word document, that creation order Word document, we can call it as a test evidence. Okay, so Word document with relevant screenshots for every test case. Creation order, a Word document is required. Modify an order, a Word document has to be created. Delete an order, a Word document with relevant snapshots we have to capture. Okay, so because you are navigating to so many screenshots. So if client will go through and open that Word document, he need to understand how this creation of order the tester has did. So he will navigate to, he will go through those steps. Yeah, finally the order got submitted. That is the evidence. It will prove, yes, this functionality is working fine. So by going through the test evidences only, client will get confidence on the build. Okay, right. Test execution phase and test closer. Test closer means suppose there are 1,000 functionalities in that application. Okay, 1,000 functionalities, and along with the 1,000 there are 200 functionalities, 200 new functionalities. 1,000 means existing functionalities. Okay, and 1,000 new functionalities. So if you are telling system testing is passed means total how many test cases got passed? 1,000 plus 200. Total 1,200 Word documents are completed. Execution phase is completed. Total all 1,200 Word documents are ready. So these 1,200 Word documents created by testing team. Okay, test evidences got ready. Okay, so the system testing is passed or failed, confirmed by the testing team. Suppose there are 800 functionalities are working fine and 400 functionalities are failed. Can we say the system testing is passed? No. Okay. So out of 1200, if there are 2-3 functionalities are getting failed, suppose 1197 got passed, let's move this code to production. Okay. So the testing team will confirm 1190 test cases got passed and 10 test cases are failed. Let's move this code to production. Okay. So that decision, it will be told by the testing team. So the test closure document, test closure phase means how many test cases got passed and how many test cases got failed. Okay, how many number of defects, how many number of defects, how many number of defects, and what is their impact, and what is their impact. Suppose there are only 10 got failed, is it critical issues, is it only minor issues? So that overall picture it will be given by the testing team. So during test closure phase, a document called test completion certificate. What document? Test completion certificate will be prepared by the team lead. So the test completion certificate, which contains all the how many test cases got passed in overall test cases, how many failed, how many defects are closed, how many defects are not fixed. So all this information it contains in that test completion certificate. So that the test lead will confirm, yes, let's move this code to production. The test lead will confirm. Test lead means all your testing team. Okay. So like that, the test closure phase will be there. And here I want to tell you one more phase, test environment setup. Test environment setup. Fourth one is test execution phase and fifth one is test closure phase. So test environment setup means nothing but application URL. What? Application URL. Suppose I say it's a bank test.com. I say it's a bank test.com. That is the URL. In the live application URL is like I say it's a bank.com. Okay. So we have to test all the features in ICICI Bank test.com. So you can navigate all these things and everything, whether it is properly working fine or not, you have to test in the test environment. The application URL also it looks like ICICI Bank test.com, Amazon test.com. So like that. So means all these features will be tested on some sample environment, some sample website. If the code is perfectly working fine in the test environment, that code entirely move to the production environment. Okay, so test environment setup means checking the application URL, test data, is everything ready or not? Test data, user credentials, is all ready or not? Okay, checking application URL, test data, user credentials is all ready or not? Got the point? So test environment setup means we have to check the application URL. We have to check that application URL is navigating to login page or not. And test data means the sample test data, the sample account numbers, already some predefined input data, it has to be there in the application. Otherwise, we cannot go and click some random data. So that application should contain some test data, some account numbers, some sample data, it has to be there. Anyway, in production, that data will be there. Okay. And user credentials means you have to test the application based on sales rep user, manager role, admin role, how the normal user. So we have to test the application with various user credentials. Okay, so all these things has to be checked prior to get ready with all these evidences. You have to make sure all the application URL access, okay, access, test data, user credentials, all are ready or not. This phase we can call it as a testing terminology, software testing life cycle. Software testing life cycle. Software testing life cycle phase. So what is an STLC phase? They are asking in the interviews. Okay, what is an software testing life cycle? Requirements phase. Okay, test design phase, test environment setup, test execution phase, and test closure phase. People are telling only headings only, but they are not elaborating during the interviews. You have to elaborate in each phase what you are doing. So during requirement phase, what we are doing, the BA team, they are giving requirements walkthrough sessions, user story sessions about the new requirements, and we are going through the BRD and FRD documents. And after that, after understanding all the new features, what we are doing, we are list outing all the test scenarios and test cases. What are the functionalities to be tested? So means this phase we are calling as a test design phase. What are the functionalities we are going to test? We are list outing all the functionalities. Okay, and test environment setup. So before checking the application, before doing the test execution phase, we have to check the application URL access, test data, and all the roles are perfectly working or not, user roles. And test execution is phase, preparation of test evidences for every test case, for each test case, for each test case. So the Word document with relevant screenshots, okay, relevant screenshots has to be ready. Okay, so suppose 1000 plus 200, 1200 Word documents are ready. It has to be completed by testing team. Okay, and test closure. So test closure means so once all the planned testing, all 1200 test cases had been execution completed by testing team. How many passed and how many failed and how many defects are pending. So once you join in an organization as a tester, you will be involved in what activities? The summary. What activities you will be involved? You will go through the requirements understanding. So the first day when you join in the organization, the test lead or team members, they will share you BRD and FRD documents. Why they are sharing those BRD and FRD documents? Because you need to understand the system. What are the functionalities it contains? Is it related to healthcare? Is it related to banking domain? So you need to list out what are the functionalities that application contains. What are the modules it contains? Okay, and test design phase. Whatever new functionalities are coming, your job is you need to identify those list of new scenarios and test cases. What is the point? So ultimately, all this process, what it is happening, that the particular software is correctly working fine or not. Our ultimate goal is we have to identify that system is correctly working. If something is not working, what we are doing, we are raising the defects. The job of the tester is we have to prove, we have to identify the issues, we have to identify the defects in the system. Suppose I had given 1000 test cases that everybody can pass those functionalities, but who will find the issues? Something is not working for this particular functional flow while testing. Please contact system administrator. Some unrelated pop-up message is coming. So the tester only will identify that. Sir, already development team is there. Why development team they are not doing the testing? Development team, they will focus only on their code. They won't test all these 1200 test cases. They will test only 10 or 15 test cases. From their code point of view, they will test only 10 or 15 test cases, max. But from the system point of view, whether the entire system, all the functionalities are working fine or not, the complete job and responsibility is done by only testing team. So if there is no testing team, we cannot give quality. The product, it won't go into production. It will affect to the financially as well. If something went wrong, suppose some roundup value is giving wrong value. So lack force of customers, the business will be impacted and ultimately the business will be shut down. So each and every roundup value also is important. Okay, whenever your deposits is happening, company is charging 50 paisa extra. So ultimately it will affect to the it is liability for the people as well. So if the roundup values are correctly, if it is extra charging, it is liable for each customer. Okay, so that each and every software it has to be tested by testing team. Some authorized testing team it has to be done. Okay, so these are the phases So once you join in the organization, these are the activities. You need to list out the functionalities. Whenever test environment setup is done, you have to prepare the Word document with relevant screenshot for every functional flow. Okay, means you are preparing test evidences document for each test case. And if something is not working, you are reporting a defect as well. And you are assigning that defect to tester. Okay, and this process we are calling as a software testing lifecycle. Sir, these test evidences, these 1200 test cases, 1200 Word documents we have to prepare manually. Okay, these 1200 test cases we have to prepare manually. How much time it will take? If might be, it might take 2 months. If there are 10 members are there, daily 20, 20, 20, 30, 50 test cases. Per day, a tester can able to execute maximum 10 to 15 test cases. Means 15 Word documents he can prepare. If there are 10 members in the team, 10 into 15, 150. Maximum within 2 months or 1 month, we can complete all 1200 Word documents with relevant screenshots. So manually you are taking snapshots by navigating to each and every screenshot. This approach we are calling as a manual testing. Suppose you have for these 1200 test cases, you have written some script. For each test case, you have written some script by using Selenium Java. Creation of order, you have written some steps. Modify an order, you have written some steps. Delete an order, you have written some script. So for every test case, you have written a Selenium Java automation code. Okay. So whenever you will click on run button, all these 1200 Word documents got created less than in a 1 day itself. So all 1200 test cases, how much time it is taking to complete all the test evidences? It is taking only 1 day. If it is manual testing approach, how much time it will take? It might take 2 months. From the client point of view, which one is the best approach? Automation testing is the best approach because nobody will wait for 2 months. Nowadays, clients want to test the application very quickly and they want to take business decisions very fast. They want to take business decisions very fast. Suppose if you place an order, Amazon order, if you receive the order after 2 months, will you go and book the order? No, you are putting this much amount only, but you are expecting immediate delivery. Similarly, client also, he is investing this much amount on the software testing, designing, development, and he wants to test his application within short span of time. It could be 2 days or 3 days. The only solution is automation testing. Okay, for every function. So once you run this run script, once you execute this script, a Word document will be created on the desktop automatically. The document which can be generated all the relevant screenshots. Creation of order script you got executed, a Word document got created. Means all the snapshots got generated in that Word document. Modify an order. So all the relevant snapshots which is generated in that modify order. Delete order. All the relevant snapshots got generated. Cancellation and order. So whichever script you are executing, all the Word documents automatically will create on your desktop. So by using Selenium Java, we can write those scripting part. So to write Selenium Java, it's not required Java. You no need to learn 100%. Just 5 to 10% of the scripting is enough. You no need to be expertise in Java. Okay, so 5 to 10% of that basics it will be covered as part of the course. Even if you are from BA, BCom or BA or BTech ECE or any background, okay, you can learn Selenium Java from beginning itself. This that will be taken care by myself. You can attend Selenium Java automation class during that time. Okay, so first 5 classes are very important. How to write the set of driver commands and everything. After that onwards, you can able to write the scripting for any of the functionalities by yourself. That confidence I can give you 100%, no doubt at all. Okay, so the ultimate job of software testing is we have to prepare test evidences, whether you can do manually or whether you can do automation. Understood, everyone? So that's it on the background of testing. So, right. So now we have discussed about software testing lifecycle. One second. Okay. So this is the entire content for manual testing. Okay. So these are the tabs. Suppose if I will click on defect life cycle, this is the entire content. And STLC, just now I explained about software testing life cycle. So in STLC, what are the phases I told? Requirements analysis phase, test planning phase, test case design phase, test environment phase, test execution phase, test cycle closure, test completion phase. So each and everything I mentioned here. Okay. So this is the entire content of manual testing. Okay. Suppose, okay. Let's go to and okay, 1 second. Okay, this is an Orange HRM application, guys. This is an open Orange HRM website. It will be used by the HR people. It is a sample website. Okay, generally this application will be used by the automation testing team practice purpose. Okay, so let us go. I am navigating to this website, admin and admin 123, whatever credential had been given, and I am clicking on login button. In this functionality, in this application, there are so many modules: admin module, PAM module, leave management module, recruitment module. So these modules will be used by the HR people. And suppose if I navigate to a recruitment module, okay, I want to add a new requirement. Okay, so how this functionality? Add a candidate. Suppose you are hiring a new candidate. Let's browse his resume and upload all the details in the portal. So let's schedule his interview. So that is the activity it is taking care by navigating to this screen. Suppose if I will navigate to leave management, okay. So let's verify how many leave balance for a particular employee, existing employee. Okay, so is the leave management functionality is properly working fine or not? Okay, so application contains so many functionalities and features. Okay, so okay, let me show you the document part. See, this is a Word document. This is a PDF document. Nothing but BRD document, FRD document. Okay, who will prepare this BRD and FRD document? Business analyst. This document only it will be given to you. They won't give application access. So by navigating to suppose this application contains PAM module, see here leave management, add employee. PAM module contains add employee function. So if you navigate to PAM module, whether the user is able to create an employee or not. Okay, so this functionality, how it's supposed to work. So add employee, so in page number 38. So now let's go to the page number 38. Okay. So you need to understand. So page number 38. See, in PAM module, you need to click on add employee. So the system will prompt you all these fields and you have to enter the details. And it is giving all the details. What are the information you have to enter? You have to upload all the personal details, contact details, emergency details, all this information. And after that, you can click on upload. So that employee record will be created. All this functionality, it was given full details, full elaborately, they had mentioned all this information. Okay. So you have to suppose if you come for create an employee, under create an employee, there are so many test cases. You have to enter personal details, you have to enter contact details, you have to enter emergency contact details, you have to enter dependents, You have to enter immigration details. You have to enter what is the job designation, what is the salary, who to whom he is reporting, what is qualifications, memberships. So all this information is related to particular employee. Employee is a one scenario. Employee information contains so many test cases. Employee having personal details, employees having contact details. Okay. So creation of an employee, if you take one scenario, that scenario contains so many test cases. Employee, for that employee, we have to create personal details. For that employee, we have to create contact details. So a scenario contains so many test cases. Got the point? So high level functional flow, we can call it as a scenario, and detail of for that particular scenario, whatever combination of test cases are coming, we have to list out. So by going through this Word document, BRD FRD document, we need to list out all the functionalities. Okay, one second. Let's come back to the. So everyone understood, right? Okay. So here I want to tell you system testing. System testing means all entire 1200 test cases got passed. We can say system testing is passed. So these 1000 existing functionalities, we can call it as a, in testing terminology, we can call it as a regression testing. What we can call? Regression testing. And these 200 new features, we can call it as a progression testing. Progression or new functionalities testing. Okay, so when we say system testing is passed means, when we say system testing is passed means, it has to work all existing features. It also work new features as well. Okay, it should not impact on creation of order. It should not impact on modify an order because of new features. Sir, this functionality was broken. This is not the answer. When I'm saying system testing is passed, regression testing is passed, and progression testing is passed. So total 1200 test cases are got passed. Then only we can say system testing is passed. Okay. So in the interviews, people are asking this question: what is regression testing? In every interview, if you go for manual testing, they are asking this question. Regression testing. It contains definition. Re-executing of all existing functional test cases. Okay, in testing terminology, test case is a functional flow. Re-executing of every test case, re-executing of all existing functional flows is called regression testing. Okay, so why we are doing regression testing? Because of new code, new features, it might impact on the existing functionality. So we have to do regression testing. It should, because of new code or new features, it should not affect to the existing functionalities. That's why we are doing regression testing. The next question interview is asking when you will do regression testing. For every month, we are doing regression testing. Or you can say for every sprint, we are doing regression testing. Sprint means for every 2 weeks. For every 2 weeks, we are doing regression testing. Suppose if the new features and is going by end of this month. So monthly we are doing regression testing once. Suppose all the new features are going every 2 weeks. Means we have tested all these 200 and 1000 got tested within the 2 weeks itself. Okay. So for every sprint means 2 weeks span of time. For every 2 weeks we are doing regression testing. Okay, why we are doing regression? Because of new code or new features, it might impact on the existing functionality. So we are doing regression testing. What is progression testing? Testing of new functionalities or new features is known as progression testing. Okay, so system testing means it's a combination of progression testing and regression testing. You can take any of the application, healthcare application, insurance application, Amazon application, Flipkart application. For a software project, there will be two types of testings will be done. One is regression testing and progression testing. Okay, So you could be part of regression testing team. Once you join in the organization, you could be part of regression testing team, or you could be part of new functional user stories testing, new requirements testing. If you are part of regression testing, you no need to write test cases because test case already there. It is already written by someone. Your job is you need to go through the existing functionalities. You need to understand those test cases. You no need to write those. You no need to write any of the test cases. You no need to list out those functionalities. Means regression testing means those are the functionalities already identified by someone in the team. Your job is whenever the regression testing you want to do, you have to prepare the Word documents with relevant snapshots. But whenever it comes to new functional testing, whenever I will give you a new Word document or BRD, FRD document, you have to list out all the functionalities and you have to write the test cases, means test design phase. And after that, you have to do test execution. Something is not working, you have to report the defects. And finally, we have to give test completion certificate about the new requirements and existing requirements. The test completion certificate which contains all the information, overall summary. So we can call it as a metrics. Metrics means what are passed, what are failed, how many number of defects left. All this information it will be there on the test completion certificate. It will be prepared by the test lead. Okay.
So the regression are the only impacted areas.
No, regression means all test cases. హలో చెప్పు అవునవును ఇక్కడికి రండి ఇక్కడ మాదాపూర్ ఆఫీస్లో అవును retesting I will tell you later. Okay, is everyone clear?
Yes.
So in the interviews people are asking one more question, regression testing versus retesting. This is the question they are asking in the interview space. Okay, in my documentation it's already there, so I will show you. See here I mentioned, where is that regression testing? See, regression testing versus retesting. Regression testing, when we will do regression testing for every sprint release at least once, means for every 2 weeks, to check that global existing functionalities should properly working fine or not in the new build. New build means whenever the new features got added, right? So in the new build we are checking all the existing functionalities are perfectly working fine or not. Because of new code or new features, it should not impact on the existing functionalities. Simply we will re-execute all existing functional test cases known as regression testing. Okay, so what is mean by regression retesting? So there is a creation of order, modify an order, delete an order. Suppose a particular functionality was failed only for delete an order. While deleting an order, it is throwing an error, please contact system administrator. So that issue you have reported and you assigned to development team. Okay, and that defect came for retesting again, and that issue got fixed by developer. We cannot go and test all the creation order, modify order, refund order. We will test only delete order functionality, whether that issue is coming or not. So retesting of a specific test case, retesting of a failed test case is known as retesting. Okay, whichever test case which already failed, retesting of a specific test case is known as retesting, and which is fixed by the development team. So we are testing that particular test case is known as retesting. Regression means re-executing of all existing functional test cases. Regression testing we are doing for every sprint release or every monthly release. But retesting, when the defect is fixed by the developer, then we are doing. Okay, so in 2 weeks, Monday you have reported a defect. In the first week or second week, you have reported a defect to development, and second day that issue fixed by the developer. You will retest that specific functionality is known as retesting. But on the second day, you won't do regression all the test cases. Okay, So retesting means when the issue got fixed by the developer and that issue came for testing, then we will do retesting of that particular test case of that particular functionality is known as retesting. See here, retesting means executing a specific functional flow. Once the defect has been fixed and if it is working fine, we will close the defect. In case if it is not working, we will change the defect status to failed retest and the defect assigned back to the development team. Got the point? So that is. So in the interviews, people are asking about regression testing versus retest. Retesting we are doing when the defect is fixed by the developer. And regression testing we are doing for every sprint release or for every monthly basis, we are doing the regression testing. The best answer is for every sprint release, means for every 2 week span of time, we are doing the regression testing. Along with the regression testing, parallelly, suppose you are a team of 5 members. 2 members they will work on regression testing and 3 members they will work on new functional user stories testing. So like that, the testing team will be separated into 2 categories. One is regression testing team and another one is new functional testing team. So three members are working on new functional stories, new functional user stories testing, and 2 members are working on regression testing. Regression testing team, they need to write test cases all. The test case already written by someone. Okay. The main job of the testing is only new functionalities. You have to go through BRD documents. You have to write the scenarios and test case. So ultimately, for any of the software, okay, our job is whether it is application is Java, .NET, Salesforce, CBEL, any of the application. Our job is as a testing team. Our job is we have to prove that the system is working as per the client requirements. We have to list out all the functionalities, whatever functionalities that you have listed out. For each functional flow, you have to prepare a Word document. That Word document, it will prove, it is the evidence for the client. Yes, this particular functional flow is working fine. Understood, everyone? So like that. So this is the background about the manual testing. So whether it could be manual or automation, our ultimate job is we have to prepare test evidences. Okay, so the test evidences means for every functional flow relevant snapshots. You can run the script through Selenium Java or you can take the snapshots manually. But our ultimate job is we have to prove the software whether you can do manual or automation. But nowadays, almost every company, every project, they are depending on Selenium Java only. Because Selenium Java is a free open source software. No need to buy any of the license. There are so many advantages are there in Selenium Java. The scripts can be executed on different browsers also. The same 100 lines of code, it will work on Chrome browser, it will work on Firefox browser, it will work on Edge browser. But if you go for some other tools like Tosca or some other automation tools, if you go for every browser specific, you need to write 500 lines of code freshly. But in Selenium Java, on first line, you have to specify on which browser you want to execute, Chrome or Firefox or Edge, so that all 99 lines of code will be executed on corresponding browser. So Selenium Java is a free open source software. We can easily automate any of the web applications. Okay, so like that. So that's on the background. And tomorrow's class onwards, so on the manual testing part, so first 3 weeks, I will target all these interview questions and this document of manual testing, it will be given on once from 4th or 5th class onwards. This entire manual testing questions, it will be given. Suppose if you click on defect life cycle, so you will get the answer. So if you click on SDLC, you will get the answer. Okay, this is a single page HTML document. It is prepared by myself. Okay, so this document, it will cover all manual testing questions, all questions and documents, everything is ready. Okay, so this document I can provide you on 4th class or 5th class once payment is done. Okay, so first 3 weeks we can focus on manual and the next 5 weeks we can focus on automation testing, and each and every class, recorded class, we will upload in the SharePoint in the Google Drive, and we will share these recorded videos on daily basis. You can watch my videos, okay, in offline as well in case if you got missed. Okay, so if you are from non-IT background or IT background, so the only thing is you have to go through my recorded videos. Sir, if you go for some other courses like AWS, Java, you have to learn so much of coding efforts. but testing is completely theoretical subject. Even Selenium Java automation also, it's very simplest course. Okay, so I can make you expertise in Selenium Java. After completion of this course, you can able to automate any of the website 100% by yourself. I can give the 100% guarantee. In case, sir, I could not able to automate, I can refund your amount 100%, 200% I am telling. You can, after completion of my course on Selenium Java, you can able to automate any of the website by yourself. 200% I can give the assurance on that. Okay, so that's it on the background about manual testing. And same time timings we will inform. Same time by 11 to 12 tomorrow we can update you. So this running notes and videos, the recorded videos we can upload in the Google Drive, and Yamini is the coordinator. So she will share all the drive related access to everyone. You can get in touch with Yamini, related documents access and everything. And about Swiss Technologies, it is this Swiss Technologies, it's there from past 8 years. Okay, and here we are doing trainings, placements, and development center, and every 2 weeks companies are coming here and they are hiring for Selenium Java automation and manual testers. Okay, so we will take care about your resume preparation and career guidance until you will get the job placement by ourselves. Related to job placement or anything, okay, 100% if you want to get the job placement, you can more details you can connect with the Ramu sir, he's the director. Okay, so that's it I want to tell you. So last about myself, I didn't told about myself. So my name is Sudhakar. Okay, in YouTube I am popularly known as Selenium Sudhakar. So I am having 18 years of experience, more than 15 years into Selenium Java, and I work both manual and automation testing. And I'm having very good experience into Selenium Java, manual testing, REST assured API automation testing, Postman, SQL, all these things I am expertise in this one. Okay, so that's it on the background about myself.